YouTube. I was recently asked from someone all the way from Italy, and the question I was asked is, there are oil lights coming on and off, and how would be the best way to check that? You can definitely have a bad oil pressure switch, and that'll bring your light on, or you can have an intermittent short in your wiring to ground, and that'll bring your light on. The way that light works, because there's only one wire going to it, is it provides ground to the light on the dash. So that means up on that light on the dash, once you turn the key switch on, 12 volt power is always at it. And then that wire that comes down, if it gets grounded, then the light comes on. And so that's what the switch does. But the best way to check it would be right here. This is normally where the oil pressure sender goes in, or that oil pressure switch. On an Evo, you check the pressure right here at this 1/8 inch pipe plug or 1/8 inch NPT plug. You would take this plug out and then screw the fitting in here and use the gauge. On a shovel, you can do it on the oil pump and also do it on any one of these. They have pressure right on the other side of them, and O-ring keeps the oil inside. And that's how this. The other spot on a shovel head is right here into the pump, just like an Evo. On a Knuckle or a Pan, it's right here, right off the oil pump. On a twin cam, there's your pressure switch right there. Now, to connect onto it, you have to have a pressure gauge. And I happen to have this set up. It's this gauge here, goes to this flexible hose, and this flexible hose is good for high pressure. Then it has this compression fitting here, and it goes into a fitting like this. Now this fitting happens to be 1/4 inch NPT. You can see it's much too big to be screwed into that position. You screw it in here, you connect the gauge to it, and then you can see your pressure the entire time. It's important not to get a gauge that's too high pressure. The most your bike should see would be 40 or 50 pounds cold with super thick oil, like 60 or 70 weight. So you really don't need a gauge that goes above 60 psi. The other reason for that is when it's down real low, you'll be able to see it accurately. That way the resolution of the gauge is easy to see. If you're running here at 2 pounds, you could see 2 pounds. You might not see 2 pounds on a 200-pound gauge because it would barely move the needle. That's why I use a 60-pound gauge, and I feel that's best. Once you have your pressure reading, you'd look in your manual to verify what your pressure should be, and that way you know if you're having a problem or not. Again, the hose has to be rated not only for pressure, but heat too. This particular hose, this braided hose I have here, is good for like 2,500 or 3,000 psi. So it's safe. The reason it has tape on it is at one point I was using this gauge while I was riding the bike, and I didn't want it rubbing on anything. This wire over here is just to hang the gauge up in my garage, and then that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Doesn't take you but a second, and it helps my channel.